Is this seriously what Fortnite is now in Chapter 5, Season 4? It's all because of cars. Let's keep on watching. This is actually kind of sad. I mean, I just miss when there were actually good vehicles in the game, like choppers, boats, motorbikes, even though motorbikes are in Chapter 6. The like utes, the old taxis, the semi-trucks, those were all really cool back in Chapter 2. I even wish shopping carts were in Chapter 6 for some reason. Okay, that last one may be a little bit out of reach and kind of a little bit dumb, but I'm Mr. Marshmallow, and this video is called Why Are There No Good Vehicles in Chapter 5 and 6? Before we get on to the opinions, there is one question we need to answer. What is classified as a vehicle in Fortnite? Here we go. So, the Fortnite Wiki says that vehicles are what we would use in real life as vehicles, like cars or boats, but that is the way they think of it, including land, air, and water vehicles. But the way I classify it is that anything that is rideable can be considered a vehicle. This includes wolves and hogs, and especially raptors. Now that you have learned what we classify as a vehicle, let's go on to the prime of vehicles. Chapter 2. Personally, I think Chapter 2 made vehicles great with the Joyride update. Now this added taxis, whiplashes, and even semi-trucks. Now this is also crazy, as this was the start of what regular vehicles would look like compared to the wackier vehicles of Chapter 1. Now these are what I like to call prime vehicles. They're in Chapter 3 and then sometimes in Chapter 4. Now these are just your basic vehicles, but some of the more obscure vehicles are bad and good in both ways. But then if you just have a look at the more recent ones, they can't remove them now, because if you sell stuff and you just remove it, it'd be pretty bad for the player base. So now we're stuck with a weird black SUV truck thing and the transformable car from Transformers. I know, I am not that happy about it, but I know others are in terms of customization. Now that's our second point. So, the customization in Fortnite cars is where, like, those black SUVs can be Cybertrucks and boss cars. And now, the regular Whiplash can become just a normal car if you really want it to be. You could be driving around in a McLaren. So, for once, my car can look very different from yours. Whilst we had some bangers like choppers and the rest of the cars, we did not expect what to happen in Chapter 5. And this is what I like to call the downfall. And whilst Chapter 4 had some amazing vehicles like the drift cars and the dirt bikes, it couldn't compete with other seasons. But then, once Chapter 5 struck, we had lost all hope. But at least now in Chapter 6, we have added back the motorbikes, which I'm very happy about, because now there is way more off-road transportation and on-road transportation around the Japanese map. Now, while in conclusion, this was honestly just what I like to call another episode of why things aren't as good as they used to be. Whilst things have improved after Chapter 5, it is honestly just sad to see such a detrimental part of the game fading away into obscurity. I mean, I loved vehicles. I remember in Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 just running around being an Uber driver and sucking at it. So, honestly, it holds a special place in my heart, these vehicles. So I hope you guys liked this video. I love making long-form videos. I expect to see them once or twice a week, along with my daily short. Now, I hope you guys like and subscribe, because when I hit 100k subscribers, I'm going to eat half a pack of marshmallows in one sitting.